Welcome back to Positive Birth Corner, where we're changing the narrative around birth one positive story at a time. And I am your host, Marinisi Lemon. Listen, I am so excited. This has been such a beautiful week. I hope you are locked in, as the kids say, to what this week has been, having some really dope people talking about such amazing things that they're doing in this birth world. Again, this is our special episode of Black Maternal Health Week. Our theme is rooted in justice and joy. And today I have the amazing Portia.
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing well, sis. How
oh
are
my
you?
gosh, I'm good. You look beautiful.
Okay.
These are like my colors.
Okay, thank you. I like a little chocolate. Okay.
I love it. I love it. Listen, like I don't know if people know about us. So Portia, well, I stalked Portia until she became my friend. That is really what happened. We were in this similar spaces, but we had never like crossed paths, right?
Yeah.
So we would have people say, yo, do you know Portia? I'm like, yo, I actually don't. Like, I know about her, but I don't. And then I found you. I said, you're about to be my friend today.
Yes.
And look at us.
Besties. Let's go. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. And this feels so special to be having this conversation like around Black Maternal Health Week. I know I've been trying to have you come to the podcast and it hasn't happened, but it was supposed to be this way.
Yes. I'm glad to be here. It worked out.
It worked out. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm going to like brag about you a bit because you are out here doing the things, okay? You are, not only are you a mother, not only are you like a community member here locally, you are a thought leader. You are the founder of Reclaiming Black Motherhood, right? You are, oh my God. Okay, Portia does like a lot. Does a lot of things, and you are going to hear about it. I know you got this amazing grant through the health department of our city with the whole new thing that you're doing that you're going to talk about. I remember, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I was part of like the Black in Parenting program that you were doing for our community. So you were always out here doing like dope things.
Yes. It's a privilege, like for real, to be able to give back and serve where I was born, where the last 3 generations of my family was born, and my children. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. No, I thank you for everything that you're doing and are continuing to do.
Absolutely.
Right? But what I want to know is I kind of want to start from the beginning, right? Of like, let's take out like all these hats that you're wearing. Like, who is Portia? Like, how do you like describe yourself?
I'm a multifaceted, multi-passionate person. I really like to hone in on that because I'm not one-dimensional. One of the biggest parts of my identity is being a Christ follower, and also being really dedicated as a wife, coming up on 5 years. And a mom.
5 years. Congratulations.
5 years, child. We making it. Okay.
I'm so proud.
he's still alive. Okay. And a mother, right? And also a daughter, a sister, an aunt. So my family hats and identities really matter. But what it really boils down for me is community. So wherever I am, I'm taking up space. And as a fighter, I consider myself a bull. It might be the Taurus in me, but I'm going to fight to maintain and protect community wherever I identify. So that's really what I'm about.
That is you. That is you. And you know what? You are also a connector. Like, this is the one thing that I've noticed about you is that like you will identify different folks who are doing this work and you bring us together. And I've had the privilege of being, part of that. And that's just been really cool, right? Because it's so easy to do this work in isolation.
Yes.
You tend to bring us together.
Yes. I love it. It brings me joy to get DMs from therapists that are like, my client is looking for a doula. I know who you recommend will be trustworthy. Or to have parents hit me up and say, I need a class to go to. I know you may not have one right now, but where should I go? Who should I invest my money in? That's me. When I see a resource, I'm sending it to you.
You're the resource lady.
I am. I want everybody to win.
You really are. And if you're not subscribed yet at Portia's email that she sends weekly, okay, go subscribe. Go to Reclaim Black Motherhood. We're going to plug it in right now.
Yes.
Go to Reclaim Black Motherhood and sign up for that because she literally has all of these resources for you. If you're a birth worker, you have like a birth worker edition.
Yes, of the Perinatal Gems newsletter.
Yes, you do.
And it's nationwide. We're highlighting everything. Conferences, events, coins, advocacy work. everything.
Grants, yeah.
Come on, grants.
You said something. I said, "Oh, let me
money. We need it.
Let me see if we can find this money to do this work."
Absolutely.
I love that, and I love that. I love that. Tell me about like your how did you get here, right? Like, what is your kind of like motherhood journey that like got you to be who you are?
Ooh, so about 9 years ago, I peed on a stick, okay? A very expensive stick.
How it starts.
Okay? You can really get them sticks from Walmart, but or Dollar Tree. But
you got
I got an expensive
this can't
one.
Be it.
And it was a shocker. And so here I am, a single, unplanned pregnancy, which 50% plus folks have unplanned pregnancies, and in shock. And going through a beautiful pregnancy journey, having the support of Nurse Family Partnership, a birth doula.
Oh, I love Nurse Family Partnership.
Are everything. Okay?
Listen, we have a whole episode about them, so you have to go check that one out. But yes, they're amazing.
And they're nationwide. So to know the work that they're doing in Philly, I had that support, got what I needed. But I ended up having a traumatic birthing experience. In my opinion, it was scary. It was unplanned. And I am a cesarean birther. And so after that and a difficult breastfeeding experience, I'm Googling ways that I can make a change, right? I gave birth at the nation's first hospital, even with all my credentials and, degrees outside of birth work at that time. I said, I got to do something. So I hit up someone, got to shout her out, Naima Black, my mentor, my sister, my friend. And she encouraged me, if you want to get involved, you want to make a change for Black birthers, have you considered doing this work? And so I started off training as a breastfeeding peer counselor.
Okay.
The area I was struggling in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I can get babies to latch still to this day without even touching them. Okay. That's just the power of this work.
Yes.
And so that's how I really got started with breastfeeding peer counseling, doula training with pals at Penn, and immediately got into this work with a baby on my hip, going to events, speaking at events, supporting births as I was still actively healing even from my birth journey. So yeah, that's what really got the fire lit in me.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was wild.
Oh, wow. And then you went on to, you still do this, train other doulas.
Yes.
To do this work.
Yes, training doulas, coaching birth workers on the business side.
Yeah.
Because I'm really about coins and sustainability.
Yes.
Especially for Black identifying, female identifying entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We tend to fail in the first 3 years, but not on my watch.
Yes.
And so how can we actually grow? So coaching, training, professional development. We have since moved into a consultancy where we do research, training, and consulting more than I do birth work. So I'm technically in retirement.
You're not in labor room?
No, I'm retired.
Yo, so Salima, we had Salima here for the first episode. She was in labor room. Yeah. Recently. I said, go ahead.
Yeah, don't call me. I mean, I will help coach you, prepare you. I do consults. You could call me and I'll chat with you, maybe pray with you. But baby, I ain't putting on no clothes. I ain't coming out that bed no more.
Listen, it's really a lot of work. I think only people who are doulas and birth workers understand the work it takes to go into labor room, right? And support, because you're going in mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually.
Your
whole self.
Yeah. It's beautiful work. But just in the season that I was in, I needed to adjust to be a family focus.
For sure.
And cultivating a new marriage. So I'm no longer a single mom, but cultivating a new marriage, having a new baby.
Yeah.
And being a home educator, right? So they're with me full time and I'm taking care of their needs while running a business. That's how I can best do the work.
Yeah.
And while being outside of the labor room.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I think that's what I love about this work is that it really different seasons, it brings up different things.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I do remember, I don't know if you remember this, you did some sessions with me.
Yes.
Talking about business, because I was kind of at that place where my babies were really young. And I was like, I cannot be in and out of labor room. I didn't want to stop completely, but I'm like, how do I continue doing this work? Because I don't want to leave, right?
Yes.
We know, how you said, we know that there's a lot of burnout in this work, right? So we're like, how do I continue to do this work that is sustainable, that feels true to where I'm at in my life, right? In the season of life. And I had sessions with you and it was life-changing.
Oh, come on. Look at me being a coach.
Look at you being a coach out here.
And you are a successful, established nationally known childbirth educator to this day. And I had a little something to do with that.
Yes, you did. We need to give you your flowers. No,
I appreciate
it. I'm really so grateful till today. It has definitely changed the way I think about, this work, right? How do you run a business in a way that is sustainable? And
yes. And you doing it.
I appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
So your second baby, right? So you were a doula. You were now really immersed in this field, and now you're pregnant with your second baby, which was definitely very different.
Yes.
I know that because I got the privilege to be there.
Yes.
To be part of that, to be part of that journey. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so honeymoon baby, second unplanned pregnancy. Okay, so they do happen again. But this time it was a little bit different because I had gotten diagnosed with chronic hypertension just beforehand. And I'm chalking it up like I'm stressed, I'm taking care of a sick granny, I'm getting married. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And so beautiful pregnancy, a lot of great support. But definitely has some challenges, had a preeclampsia diagnosis, mental health challenges, postpartum depression and anxiety. But this time I knew where to get help. I was plugged in. I was trained in certain areas. I had my care team waiting for me, right? And so that's when when I was early in the pregnancy, I was supporting my last birth. And I was like, baby, this is it. Okay, I know this is it. So just being a couple years older, being closer to 40, having to exclusive pump again because my babies did not latch on the breast. It was just a different set of challenges.
It was a different set of challenges.
But it caused me to focus in on the work in a different way. So that's when I officially retired, stepped away and said, I can have more impact. Teaching, training, and research too is really popping in this field.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of when I made that shift and began to focus inward, keeping both of my girls home and nurturing them at the same time.
Yeah. Yo, you would come like, I don't know if you would do like a live IG, maybe it used to be live, like in your pregnancy, because you'd be like, I need you to go advocate for yourself.
Yes.
And you would talk about your own story and what you were experiencing. I remember your postpartum team.
Yes.
You had like a lactation consultant, you had a doula, your midwife, right? You still had your midwife. You like, I have people who are here to like support me. Like it takes a whole village to be able to support. And you like lived that.
Yes, I wanted to capture that. So I would go live often when I used
remember that.
the fresh test instead of that nasty drink for my glucose, right? When I went and did some advocacy work, when I fired a provider and went and got another one. I went live. I documented that because I wanted people to know I'm not just talking from a professional standpoint.
Right.
Maybe I'm pregnant and going through it.
This is my experience.
So this is what you can do, right? You can learn. You could take classes. And even though I am a quote unquote thought leader or expert, I still needed a team. I had a full team surrounding me. It was not a game.
Team. Right. Right. No, I love that. I remember I was like, oh, Portia's live. Let me go hear what she's about to say. Can you talk more about, preeclampsia and hypertension? I know you talked about that. I actually was like in a random meeting. Was it random? It was random. I was in a random meeting of kind of like researchers who were really talking more about, preeclampsia, right? They're like, listen, like, do we have enough information? Do birthing folks know about this, right? Does our community know about this? And I was like, I need you to talk to Portia about this. I need you to talk to Portia. So if you have people hitting you up,
okay, listen, I'm down with it. I'm down with it
because it's a conversation. I think there's a lot of miseducation around it, right? Can you tell us more about that? Because I know you mentioned it as part of that being part of your story.
Absolutely, I'm at least a third generation survivor from what I know. So my maternal grandmother, my mother with me, and then myself. So preeclampsia is a disease, a cardiovascular related hypertension disease that comes up. It's a diagnosis that tends to come with urinalysis. So that's why we're looking at urine while pregnant in addition to other blood work.
Right.
There may be some physical symptoms, but in darker tones, they may look different than lighter tones, right? You might have headaches, you might have swelling, you might have family history.
Right.
So getting to those prenatal appointments makes a difference in catching it. Unfortunately, there is no great way to prevent, right?
Wow.
We have providers throwing around aspirin if you have higher risk. It can be beneficial to a degree, but there's no absolute prevention mechanism. There is no treatment in terms of curing it. Right. And so we got a lot of work to do in the research world. And I'm contributing to some research and working with the Preeclampsia Foundation to raise funds and awareness. But we're not a global priority, right? Women's health, reproductive health, maternal health is not a priority.
It's actually wild. And we out here birthing nations, right?
Correct. And this is an age-old diagnosis that takes lives every year. But researchers are scraping for coins to get an understanding.
Of like what causes it, because we still don't know what causes it, right?
It's not completely clear. It can be any pregnancy, anytime. That's what we're saying now. So back in the day, it was toxemia. So in 1986, when my mom had me, she was on bed rest for toxemia. And it's now changed to preeclampsia. And preeclampsia is before seizure. So eclamptic is when the seizure has come in. We're now in a dangerous position. It's life, right? It's life-threatening. But there's also postpartum preeclampsia.
Right.
So even after baby is born, which baby being born tends to be the recommended thing to happen. Let's get baby out. But that doesn't mean you're in the clear from the symptoms. And so that's the other challenge that we're not doing well talking about. We're increasing campaigns about awareness in general. Go to your prenatal appointments. Get a BP cuff. Do the pee in the cup so we can know what's going on. We're looking for protein. But there's still more of the story that needs to be told.
There's still more of the story to be told. So I would love for you to talk more about reclaiming joy. First of all, I love the name, right? Because this is alliance all the way. But why reclaiming joy, and what is it that, what is this new program that you're doing? I know you got some money. Tell us about that.
Yes. So first of all, shout out to Reach, to the Department of Public Health in Philly for the $50,000 grant. Yes, come on. Our largest bit of funding to date.
I love that.
But they have supported us with many small grants before, like you know about Black and Pregnant Philly, our events.
Yes, I remember that.
And the Pandemic Parent Circle that we did.
I remember that. I sent people there because, people were pregnant and in pandemic. That was new. People had never experienced that before.
Yes, it was lonely and scary.
Yes.
And so Reclaiming Joy came about as a combination, really, of those two efforts, that support group feel where you're in community with people right where you are locally. But then that Black and Pregnant Philly feel of that event with food and education, resources, giveaways. And we wanted to keep it going. So our participants are with us for up to 6 months. They get that education.
That's a decent amount of time.
Good amount of time.
That's
to
amazing.
Build relationships, right?
Build relationships.
To trust our team. And then to also get a postpartum doula, right? That's with them.
I love it.
And so we don't want to leave people hanging with just information and education. We want to be with them through the journey. And so that was huge for us. Joy is something that I like to push, right? It was hard for me personally to find it at times through both of my pregnancy journeys, but the people that surrounded me made a difference. So Nurse Family Partnership, having a doula, having the birth community, we know what that does. We know the oxytocin that produces. Right? So joy is the focal point.
Joy is the focal point.
And as the founder of Reclaim Black Motherhood, we're constantly moving towards taking things into your own hands, your own power, knowing that you have power. I give you a few resources and tools. My team supports you, but you are the captain of your own ship. So reclaiming is huge. Reclamation is huge. And so it was just a natural fit to put reclaiming with joy in pregnancy and postpartum.
I love that, because that's what you need in that journey, right? Pregnancy is a lot, right? There's a lot that is happening, right? Mentally, physically, right? Your body's doing things sometimes that is like not aligning with what you want, right? And then life doesn't stop, right? I always say this, right? When you're pregnant, life doesn't go, I'm gonna give you a minute, right? No, there's always kind of like all of these things, right? People are working or whatever the case might be happening, right? And then if you're Black, right? And, pregnant, right? That comes with all of these things. And this joy, I love it. It feels like as a nation, or we've been really thinking about joy. What does that mean for us? What does it mean when you're birthing, and really inserting it in this space? This is what we need, like now more than ever.
Absolutely. And we want all of our participants to define what that joy is. So everything is optional. It's consent based. If you want a postpartum doula all up in your world, we're ready for you.
I love that.
If you want more invasive support, you need help with things, we will do that. There's a tangible need that needs to be met. You need somebody to come and sit with you in NICU. We will offer that, but it's consent-based. And so the beautiful thing is, though Black maternal health is at the forefront and people understand that, we are open to folks of all identities, gender, sexuality, and ethnic. And so we're a diverse group, right?
That's really
and
cool.
people value the work that we're doing at the expense and at the need of Black families. And they're like, listen, I need it too. Or my partner is Haitian. Can I get up in here too? Right? And we're like, come on, boo, because your children are Black. So come on in. We welcome you. We want you in here because, to be honest, the disparities are not just Black, right?
This is true.
They're all across the board, but we want to hold at the forefront Black bodies. And people respect that and they want to be a part of it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I love that. I love that. So I know you've been doing this for a bit now, right? Like, so I would love to hear a mini story of someone or a family, right, that you've supported in this program.
Absolutely. So our families are with us for a good bit. Some will be up to 6 months, depending on their
that's a
due
long
date.
time.
Yes, we're with you second, third trimester, the transition, helping them find doulas if they need. For the birth part, we come in for postpartum, lactation, mental health, all the good things. And so one particular person that I can think about, we've built such a great relationship. We talk almost daily. And just an amazing mom, second timer, being a part of our program, and open, transparent, honest. And we've built a connection where she trusts me. So she recently gave birth, but before then I was prepping her with birth ball exercises and how to speak to her doula and sending gifts over, checking in on the dynamic with her other child, right? How are things going? What are you looking forward to? And so unfortunately, a situation did come up where the baby was having some breathing issues. She acted quickly, got the baby to the hospital. So of course I affirmed her, in the midst of difficulty, you acted. You're an amazing mother, right? You didn't just sit and let your gut tell you something, but you didn't move.
You trusted yourself.
Trusted her body. And that's huge. That's what we teach with the ACT curriculum. Trust your body, right? And so she did that. She moved. And because of that, it was potentially life-saving, giving a diagnosis.
Wow.
And so now baby's in NICU, and I'm like, let's breathe through it.
Yeah.
We weren't in control of this.
Yeah.
You acted the best way you could. Now let me support you. So hospital food ain't good, girl. Let me send you a DoorDash gift card. Let me check in on you. It ain't good. It ain't good. And you trying to breastfeed, I need you to have some good food. Do you have hydration by the bedside? What is the staff doing to support you? How's dad? How's your other child back at the house? What do you need? So we're texting daily. I'm getting pictures of baby and updates.
Pictures.
I'm like,
I love pictures.
Thank you.
Oh,
that's not a requirement.
Right.
We're not invasive.
Right.
We don't force people to give us proof around what's going on in their life. But she trusts me.
But she trusts you.
And we have a rapport now. And she's met me face to face, and we kikied. And so that makes a difference to me, to know that people trust me and trust my brand, which really is me enough to invite me into their life, to invite me into their family. That's huge.
That's huge. And to allow you to come in even when things, she senses something was happening with her baby and was able to reach out to you, right? In that moment, people can be hesitant to reach out. What are you going to think, right? When you think about even child welfare, are you going to think that I did something to my child? There's this fear of really getting help.
Absolutely. Wow. And we listen and we don't judge literally, right?
Yeah.
But every way that I can, I'm just trying to affirm and encourage.
Yeah.
And then if she has a question, she comes to me. That is huge, in that the resources that I suggest, the things that I send to that family, they trust it because they trust the source. That's a powerful position to have in somebody's life that's building their family. So I don't take it for granted. And there's many other stories like that, but this one rises up the most for me. Yeah.
Wow. Whoa. That's deep. That's deep. And I think, honestly, this is, why, I wanted you here. We wanted you to be part of this week because you are really doing very important work here, right? How many people have someone like you on their journey to support them, right? And back up with resources too, right? Because you were then hey, I'll get your postpartum doula. What? once.
Yes.
That is absolutely incredible. That is
Thank you.
absolutely. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for the work that you're doing right here in our community. And again, you're not just doing this here. You are across the nation, ma'am.
Yes.
You are all, on all these places really doing beautiful work and making sure that, like, when we talk about this, like, Black, Maternal Health Week, when we talk about centering Black bodies and Black voices, like, you really do such an amazing representation of that.
Oh, thank you. It's a privilege. It's a joy. It's a joy for me. So I'm glad to do that for others. Yeah, I live for it.
I'm grateful. Okay, so we're going to finish up with a question that I've been asking everybody this week. Taking off all the hats that you wear, which is many, what is one thing that brings you joy? What's one thing that, like, something that you do or, show or whatever it might be that brings you joy?
Yeah, so I have a regular fix of Black content creation that is positive and funny.
Yeah.
I love Black content creators. Yeah. Like, I get to scroll.
They're really creative.
Really. And I'm like, I don't have the patience for this, but please entertain me from the comfort of my home with a robe on, okay? While I'm running from my toddler and going to the toilet. I be needing some help, okay? So I really do be hiding from them, laughing at reels. Two people that come to my mind is Kev on stage.
Yes. Oh, I love him. Yo, he was talking about, I don't know if it was recently or not, but he would be like, yo, women be out here really, like, bleeding, and they're out in the streets working, chasing after kids. But the way he says
it was so on point. We get zero accommodations. Are y'all playing?
I was cracking up because I'm like, you're right.
Yes. We have to just live. So he brings brings just humor to everyday things. Everyday things that the Black community will understand. He'll poke fun at other people and do responses. I love the rawness and realness and transparency about his journey with his wife, with his family, his sons, how they're growing up. Learned so much from him and his wife, Melissa, and just their marriage journey and reading their book. Like, that is my big brother for real. Like, Kev,
I'm cracking
we are friends. Hit me up.
We gotta tag him. We're gonna tag him on this podcast.
Hit me up so we can talk about Black maternal health, okay? So he is one, but on the churchy, funny side, because I am a church girl and I like to laugh at us, is not Carlton Banks. Like, he plays so many roles in the church house, from the pastor to the first lady, to Brother Demetrius, to all the singers in the choir and the praise team, the little kids. And that just brings me so many flashbacks to the 90s, going to church in Philly, riding to Germantown, and just laughing at the old lady falling asleep, the usher that would pop you because you was talking in church. Like, just those things that I'm like, it takes me back to those good days. And it makes me laugh so much so that my kids know the newest theme song for Tips and Tea with Lady B on Friday. And it's just churchy goodness. So I be needing these particular content creators in my life.
I love it. I have seen what you posted. I would be cracking up. I'm like, oh, look what Portia posted.
Listen,
I love it.
I'm just trying to promote some joy.
Yes. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for you. Please go follow Reclaim Black Motherhood on social media. Sign up for this newsletter because it is going to change your life, I promise. And I want you to support Reclaim Black Motherhood because they're doing such incredible work. All right. Well, we will see you next time. Bye. This episode is sponsored by Oshun Family Center. Oshun provides therapy for the culture through psychotherapy and holistic healing, including doula and lactation support. Their work is rooted in creating a welcoming space for healing, refuge, and breaking generational cycles, always centering community and dignity in choice. For more information, please check out Oshun at www.oshunfamilycenter.org.